Good morning everybody, welcome to Mexico. This is our very first time to be in Mexico, so we're very excited. And today's video we're going to go and explore the area in which we're staying in, which is Tulum. Very popular spot. So yeah, very excited to see what Tulum has to offer. We've wanted to come to Mexico for quite a long time, so
I can't believe it, but first things first, we actually went to the ATM there just to take out some cash. Now we did travel over from the USA and you can use dollar over here, but from what we read online, supposedly the exchange rate is just really bad. They give you cash back in peso. So yeah, we took out some money and we're going to need it for today because we're actually going to rent some bikes now. That's supposed to be the best way to actually travel around Tulum. We've seen so many people on them, and Tulum is also very flat as well to cycle. We actually got recommended a place off our hotel that we're staying at, and it's literally just right up the road from us. We're outside it now, so we're going to just go in and see how much it costs for the day.
okay, so we have to just run back to the hotel and get our passport, so he has to hold the passport in order for us to rent the bikes. Now you can also rent other forms of transport, and we're very tempted. There's an ATV there, you know, like the four-wheeler thing, that's 1,000 pesos for the day. A scooter is 500 pesos, and we're getting the bicycle for 100 pesos. So we have a decision to make. These are the ATVs that you can rent, 1,000 pesos for them. And then also we have the scooter here, which is 500 pesos. But yeah, we've decided to go for the bicycles. Yeah, it'll be nice. I think Samantha wants to have a bicycle herself as well, so it'll be fun. These are them? Yeah. Ah, gracias.
So we got our bikes. They were 100 peso for the day for each bike, which is really good. We're just trying to get used to cycling them because they are a little bit sort of different to the bikes that we're used to. You back pedal to brake. Yeah.
there's no squeezy brake on the handlebar, which is a bit bizarre, but yeah, you just kind of put your pressure on the back pedal and it sort of slows down. So we need a bit of time to get used to that. Yeah,
it's actually grand. We had a little cycle up and down the road, so we're sort of used to it now, but the guy gave us a map there as well. There's loads of places to see today, and there's also like cycling lanes and stuff. Yes. You know, so it's quite safe as well.
So we're excited. Our first place we're going to go and visit is the Tulum Ruins, which is only about a 7 or 8 minute cycle away. So that's one good thing I've noticed about Tulum, is that things seem to be quite nearby. They're quite close to each other. Now there is no Uber here, hence the bikes. So if this was somewhere else in Mexico and you could get an Uber, you'd probably just get the Uber up to the ruins and to the beach and things like that, but they don't offer that here, so that's why a lot of people are cycling bikes. Okay, we've just arrived, but we're not too sure where to go or how to get tickets or where to park the bike. So yeah, we've got a lot to find out.
Right, so before we get into the actual ruins, we had to pay an entrance fee, so that's like private land, and it was 400 peso per person, which is actually quite expensive. Now the guy that we rented the bikes off had told us that he said it used to be like 80 peso and only last year it went up. So that was the initial payment, and then when we get through we'll pay for the ruins, which I believe is only like 100 peso per person. But yeah, we got our little wristbands, so
stick it on me.
Yours on.
Were you able to use the card or cash?
Oh, I was able to use card, yeah. There was options for card payments as well, which was great. So we can keep our cash. There you go.
Lovely.
Right, so let's go inside. We can also bring the bikes in with us as well, and there's some parking for them inside.
Okay, great. So in addition to the cycling that we're doing, I imagine there's going to be a fair amount of walking once we get inside around the ruins. So I've just picked up some drinks in the little shop there. So it was 100 pesos for a bottle of water, and that's like an electrolyte drink as well. So yeah, I think we're going to need it.
Do you know what? It's very hot, but cycling is actually better than walking because you don't feel the heat as much. You're just sort of gliding along, and there is a little bit of a breeze. but it's lovely as well. It's so flat, it's so easy to cycle. If you're considering renting a bike, definitely do it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the only way to go. The cycle that we just did from basically where we rented the bike to where we are now was about 7-8 minutes. I'd say to walk it it's probably about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely the way to go.
As we mentioned, the ruins are located on an archaeological site, so there is some rules to help protect it. Bags are searched at the entrance, plastic bottles aren't allowed, so anything that can be considered rubbish is not allowed in.
So yeah, after getting our lovely cold fresh drinks, we have to leave them behind. So because this is a national park, you're literally not allowed to bring, it's very restrictive of what you can bring in. So like there's no plastic allowed. You are allowed your sun cream though.
Yeah.
But there was a few bits that we had to leave behind. So there was lockers, so they cost 100 peso and we can leave our stuff there for the day. So we brought one backpack with us. That's like all our swimming stuff. So yeah, we're just in now. It's absolutely gorgeous. We're just cycling along. You can do tours as well. We're seeing a couple of people that are after jumping on these buses and they'll give you like a tour around the ruins, but we like to do these things ourselves and just sort of relax and just have a look around. So that's what we're doing. So there's a little bit of a cycle, I think, to actually get to the ruins, and that's where we'll pay then our other entrance fee. So yeah, we're just sort of following the buses. All good. So our bikes are all locked up. It's actually just free to park your bike there, and we got locks with them as well, so we just locked them together. And I bought our tickets into the ruins and they were 100 peso per person. So now we just have to find the entrance, and I'm not gonna lie, it's extremely hot here. I'm absolutely boiling.
Okay, so I think from here on out we just walk around. We're not guided or anything like that, we're just going to figure it out ourselves. Seems to be some good things to see here, so.
There's loads of tours going on. They actually don't give you a map by seeing signs on the way in. If you decide to do it yourself, you just have to do it yourself. There's no map around to get around. So they do obviously offer tours. There's a lot of tours going on. Yeah, we were just sort of mixed in with one there. I suppose you could just jump in the back of one.
Maybe the fact that there's not information, we probably could have got a walking tour, but it's busy enough. I wouldn't say it's overly packed. Sometimes when you come to major tourist spots in a place that they're just overrun with tourists, but yeah, there's a fair few people here, but it's quite spread out, so it doesn't seem like it's packed. But yeah, there's lots of tours going on.
Keelan is going to give everybody a little bit of history behind it. He's the man for this.
Stop the lights.
And I just listen. But no, we do like to read stuff up ourselves online before we come to these places, because sometimes we find, it's not to be negative about the tours, I mean, some people are really interested in them, but we did some before and they can be repetitive and they go really in depth on the history, do you know that way? So we like to come and look at it and like read our little few facts online. So Keelan's going to share some of this.
Yeah. Not really, because my knowledge of the Mayan people is not great, to be honest with you. But you know, it's our first day in Mexico, so you know, we are here to learn. We do know that they were a civilization here, indigenous people that were basically kind of from Belize, Guatemala, and Mexico and things like that. So where we are now is Tulum, and these ruins are the most recent ones. So yes, even though they are the most recent, they are very, very old. And the ruins that are here is of a old town, basically, that they would have used for trade and things like that. Also, another really, really cool part of it is that it's right on the cliffside of the beach, which is, if I'm right in saying, unique for Mayan ruins. They don't normally be this close to the ocean. So yeah, this is very cool and very interesting. We're just looking out onto the ocean right now, and it's absolutely spectacular. I'll see if I can, I don't know if you can see, it's just over that side there, but yeah, this is beautiful, isn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous. I actually read online, I think there's like a ruined castle that sits on the cliff looking right over the ocean, so we'll try find that as well. But I can also see why they're so strict on not letting like plastic and stuff in, because they don't want people to litter the place, because it's really well preserved. And I think it's like one of the well preserved Mayan ruins in Mexico, here in Tulum. But yeah, you can see it when you're walking around. It's stunning, it's absolutely beautiful.
Can you see the ocean?
Colour of water.
That is insane, isn't it?
It's like 4 or 5 different blues.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So yeah, as I was saying there a few minutes ago, this is how close the Mayan ruins are to the ocean. It's literally right there. Yeah, that's spectacular, isn't it?
That is something else. There's a little boat out there. You can actually do boat tours, so you can look at the ruins from the ocean. As we were walking through, they were offering them, I think they said like 300 peso they start from, but that would be something cool as well if you're interested in doing that. We have a lot of things that we want to actually do today. Yeah. So that's why we didn't do any of the tours. We were like, we can just go in and see them and then we can leave and go to the beach and things like that.
We do want to go to the beach later on. It's absolutely beautiful. God, this is gorgeous.
Looking at the colour of that water now is making me want to go to the beach right now.
So as we continue along the coastline, basically there's a little viewing point up here which I think you can get even better views of the ocean. Let's go check it out. I just have one grief with the Mayan people, is that they didn't really consider the Irish when they were building these towns and villages, because there's very little shade at all. A little bit of shade, lads, that's all. That's all we're looking for. A few inches over here.
Ooh.
You okay?
Yeah, it's very hot. You always find that in these type of places because they're so open and they're right by the coast as well, that they're just like extra hot. So we're also right by the Caribbean coast here. So if you didn't know, Tulum is actually on the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. So it's alongside other sort of popular places. There's Cancun, there's Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and then Cozumel in Mexico. So if you've actually been following our channel, we did a stop off there only 2 weeks ago, last week. I'm losing track of the days. But we were on a cruise, a Princess Cruises, and that was one of the stops, and it was beautiful. So that gave us a real insight into Mexico, and that's what made us actually come back.
So yeah, a lot of these ruins are actually in very, very good condition. They're also quite large. So what we're saying here is the likes of temples and churches and things like that, because this Mayan city was actually like a wealthy city. So a lot of the people that lived here would have been basically on the wealthy side, hence why they have such large structures. But yeah, where I think the actual, I suppose the normal Mayan or the normal class Mayan would probably live in smaller structures than this, a little bit more modest.
Yeah, from what I read, it was like the everyday people or your normal class people lived in like huts with like thatched roofs and things like that. And you can actually see some structures placed around and they have them thatched roofs. So maybe it's just a mix just to show you as well of what they would have been like too.
Also as well, ruins, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, can be a little bit hit and miss. You can turn up to some and they're just stones on the ground and you have to try and use your imagination to envision what it would have been like. But here, you know, they're very well formed, so you can really appreciate what they were back in the day.
It's crazy to think these go back to the 1500s, literally before the Spanish invasion of Mexico.
Tenemos al frente. Puedes caminar ligeramente hacia la izquierda para sacar fotografías. Y mira, aquí en la sombra del almendro.
Oh my god. No, if that's not paradise, I don't know what it is.
So yeah, we actually seen The biggest one, I think it's the castle. It's right on the cliffside, so I think that's the main building, the main attraction of this Mayan city. But the main one of all is one called Chichen Itza, which is a few hours away from Tulum. I actually think it might be closer to Playa del Carmen than it is Tulum. But yeah, that's actually the most famous Mayan ruin. I actually think it's a wonder of the world. So yeah, that one is definitely on our list as well. But these ones are pretty good as well.
We did hear that you can see some snakes sometimes slithering around the ruins. Now, we didn't see any snakes today. We seen loads of iguanas chilling on the rocks. It's gas because they actually blend in with the rocks, some of them. So sometimes they're hard to spot. There was quite some big ones. He's sort of medium-sized, I'd call him.
He's only a little pup iguana. But yeah, there's a few of them around, alright.
They're very funny looking, aren't they?
I actually think they're very cute.
Yeah.
I don't know, that might be an unpopular opinion, but I just think
butterflies as well, look.
Yeah, it's lovely nature around here as well.
They're definitely not creatures we're used to roaming around in Ireland. I think that's why we're fascinated with them. And now it's time for the beach. We need a proper cool down after that. But we had a great day, and as you're actually walking out and in through it, there's like loads of markets set up and different shops, and there's some like ice cream parlours and some places that you can stop in for food. We're actually not that hungry yet. I think we're going to try grab something to eat along the beach.
Once we were back on the bikes, we discovered that visiting the beach isn't exactly straightforward in Tulum. With so many all-inclusive resorts and beach clubs along the coast, finding a direct path to the beach can be a bit tricky.
Okay, so about 45 minutes later, we're at Tulum Beach according to the sat-nav, but there's no access point to it. As you can see behind me here, it's all just hotels and beach clubs. So we know that the beach is actually on the other side of those buildings, but there doesn't seem to be a place for us to actually just go to, if that makes sense. So we had heard this before, that in order to get to the beach you did have to pay through a beach club, which is a little bit of a nuisance, to be honest with you. But we've been cycling for about 40 minutes to get to this point, so I think we're going to continue on a little bit and see. Surely there's some part that you can get to the beach, but we'll see. Oh, there's a guy across the road and he's trying to get us to go into the beach club. I think that's the way it is. We think that's what he's saying, but yeah. Anyway, we'll keep on going and hopefully we can get to the beach at some point. This would be a good time to say, go ahead and hit the like button for one-handed cycling through Mexico while I'm holding the camera. I would greatly appreciate it. What? The people are very nice, I have to say, as we're cycling down. They're always just saying, hola, ¿cómo estás? So, very, very nice. But seriously, look at this. All the way down it goes. All the way down with no access to the beach. This is crazy. I think this is one of those things that if you have visited Tulum and you were in this situation, you're probably like, yeah, it's such an easy fix, you just go here and you're through. But when you don't know and it's your first time, you gotta just keep cycling and hoping for the best. But it's a long way to come without getting to the beach, so we're pretty determined to go.
Eventually our day was saved as a kind local directed us to the access point of the beach.
So we finally made it to the beach and supposedly this is the only part of the beach that you can enter for free. So the whole beach is actually public, but what's happening is the area on front of the beach is privately owned. So whether it be like a cafe, a bar, a resort, and they're charging a fee of like 250 peso in to use the beach, which is crazy. So yeah, we've came to this entrance here. We actually asked a local that, so we think it's that at the moment. But this is quite small here. But we can actually access the rest of the beach. We can walk right up along it. So we probably are going to stop into one of the places for a drink anyway. But yeah, the beach is gorgeous. The cycle was actually lovely as well. As I mentioned earlier on, it's very flat even though it's really hot. So it's quite easy to cycle.
Oh, stop. Well, I think we should have just paid the money into the beach club. This is the beach. There's a little bit of construction going on. There's seaweed everywhere. Yeah, this isn't exactly what I thought of when I thought of the beautiful beaches of Mexico.
This is why this part is free.
Yeah, I suppose you get what you pay for. We paid nothing for this, and yeah, we still feel shortchanged.
That's mad. I don't know if we have that right. There has to be more beaches that you can access for free. It's absolutely beautiful around here, by the way, this part. We're actually staying in Tulum Centro, and we will show you where we're staying later on. We think we got a really good deal, and the place we have is gorgeous. It's like a small little apartment in a lovely like complex. We have a pool, a rooftop pool. It's gorgeous. But I don't know if it's a bit more expensive to stay in this area, but I think this area is the best place to stay, just from cycling up through it. It's gorgeous. It has everything.
I hope it has better beaches.
I hope it has better beaches too. There was some cool bars and things like that. Real sort of quirky vibe of Tulum. What you think it's going to be is like up this end of it.
Yeah, I think we definitely spoke a little bit too soon, because we've walked down a small little bit and it is starting to improve. The construction is still going on behind us, but look at the sand here and the water. It's lovely actually here, isn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous.
We've changed our tune.
Changed our tune very quickly. Like the colour of the water, like it was earlier on, there's like about 5 different blues.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. The sand is so soft. It reminds me of like kids' play sand.
Yeah.
It's like that soft. Did we just walk onto it?
So yeah, so now we're after walking around. You'll see it now. This is where all the beach clubs are and the hotels. It's going to be going all the way down that way.
This is a bit more like what we thought the beaches in Mexico would be like.
So yeah, basically because of our little detour through the public beach, we've actually gotten onto the beach that you were charged to come onto, or you would have had to buy a drink in the beach club or something like that. So by just doing what we did, we've kind of saved ourselves a fee, I guess. We're not too sure what the amount is. The local guy up there said it was about 250 pesos, which between us then will be 500. So to do it our way, we've accessed the beach without paying, which is a win-win. And now that we are here, it's most definitely time to get in and swim. After all that cycling, we need to do it now.
Oh yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful here. Okay, so we're in the water and it is beautiful. It's actually very warm. I don't know if it's because the sun has probably been on it for most of it. I don't know, it's 5 o'clock in the evening, so the sun is starting to go down a little bit, I guess. But yeah, it's very, very nice. It's also very seaweedy, if that's a word. But we've walked out a little bit further into the ocean and there's less and less seaweed. Now we just have lovely sand at our feet and the water's crystal clear, and as I said, it's a lovely temperature. So this is a very, very pleasant place to have a swim, especially after the day that we've had. The waves are a little bit heavy, a little bit high, but yeah, this is gorgeous. And then you can see along here as well, the beach goes right down, and then in this direction, if you keep going straight up in that direction, it's further north. That's up towards Playa del Carmen and Cancun and places like that. So
oh my god, the water is beautiful. It's actually warm. It's so nice. This is exactly what I needed after that cycle.
After the beach, it was time to return the bikes to the shop and show you our hotel.
Home sweet home. So we're back at our hotel, but yeah, as you can see, it's dark. But the pool actually opens till 11 o'clock. So we could go in for a swim if we wanted to, but I think we've done enough swimming for today. But yeah, this is the pool. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is, it's lovely.
Surrounded by lovely trees and nature. There's loads of sunbeds.
It's lovely. We will show clips of it in the daytime.
Yes.
Just to give you a better idea, because it is a bit dark now, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's very tranquil, is that the right word?
That's exactly the
Surrounded
word to
by
describe it.
nature, nice calm swimming pool. And then there is some other people staying here, but it's quite quiet.
It's very quiet,
Isn't it?
There's also a rooftop pool, as I mentioned earlier on.
Oh yeah.
And there's a gym, a really good gym actually, yeah. So it's really, really nice. It looks like they're building like a bar down the back. It's
Yeah.
not quite finished yet.
Yeah.
And like there's stills and stuff so you can like swim to it from the pool, which is
Swim
really
up
cool.
bar,
Yeah.
I actually think that this is a fairly new property, and I'd be fairly sure as well that we're the first guests in our room, because we've got coffee machines and pots and pans and stuff like that, and they are brand new. They haven't been used, we know that. So yeah, I think it's a developing property. We got it for a steal as well. I'll put the price here on the screen. So yeah, we think it was a bargain, but we're just going into the room now and we'll show you that.
Oh my god, the AC just hits you as soon as you walk in. That's exactly what I need.
Oh,
And it's nice and clean.
that's
So yeah, we got it cleaned.
just for you guys
Just
watching at
for
home.
us. Yes. But yeah, this is the room. Nice big double bed, and the bed is so comfortable. What else? We actually have a little kitchenette, which is really, really handy. So we've been able to get up and make coffees. There's a supermarket quite close to us, so we did do a little shop when we arrived. We picked up like some bread and eggs, because there's like a toaster there. There's like some pots and pans then as well, and all the cutlery that you need. Coffee machine, microwave,
Big fridge, nice.
big fridge, freezer.
Yeah, it's kind of got a real kind of jungle, rustic sort of decor, I guess, with the lampshades and the design and things like that. You also have a balcony out here as well. I think there's a light for that, isn't there?
There's a light over there.
Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see the balcony here, and again surrounded by some trees. Let me just open this and see. Oh, sorry. So yeah, we won't be out here too long now, because the old mosquitoes, they get in, don't they?
We also have a big telly as well, and like Netflix and YouTube and everything you need works on it. We get internet as well. We're hooked up to that then in the room.
Yeah.
What else? A fan, air conditioning.
Yeah.
So it's nice and cool all the time. And then we have a lovely bathroom with a lovely shower. So yeah, everything that
It's
we need.
perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I like this. The fan has a light on it, and you can also change the colour if you were into that sort of thing. But yeah, it's very, very nice. And I'll show you the bathroom actually. Oh yeah, the size of that TV, it's massive, isn't it?
Nice and clean.
Yeah. So yeah, we have the toilet, and then this is the shower. The only thing I would say is shower pressure is not great. Then we have a sink here as well, and some storage underneath. And then here we have storage for clothes and stuff, and then there's a safe underneath there as well. So yeah, all in all, I think this was a very good accommodation to pick. So we're very happy. What are we gonna do now?
Well, we need to get showered, and we need to get
eat.
food. We need to eat, and probably finish the night with a drink.
Yeah. Right, give us 10 minutes. More than 10 minutes later, we're back on the streets of Tulum Centro. we're gonna go for something to eat, and you might have to forgive us, but we're not actually going for Mexican food because tomorrow we're gonna do a full Mexican food vlog. So we didn't want to spoil our first time eating Mexican food by having something now at this time of night. So it's just one of the posh restaurants for us. I know, seriously. Tomorrow, yeah, we're going to be doing like a local Mexican street food and some local restaurants and things like that. So yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow anyway. So I will make a vlog of it as well. So
we finished the day off with some lovely dinner in a restaurant right on the main street in Tulum. As I said, we're doing a Mexican food vlog tomorrow, so that will be our next video. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that one. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up just to support our channel. And if you've got any questions or comments about Tulum, leave them in the comment section below. As always, we would love to hear from you. So once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.